Hi, this is Dodger, and you are watching my show. I know, you're shocked. How did I get here, you ask? No one really knows. For gaming news, PlayStation 4 is slated to come out in 2012. This is a lot earlier than a lot of us were expecting a PlayStation 4 release date to even be talked about. But it's interesting because it sounds like they're going to be ditching the Move idea and replacing it with more of a Kinect-based system. While I think that that is more effective and a better idea, I'm not sure that the PlayStation 4 would have a whole lot to offer at this point in terms of technological advancements. I feel like they're pushing it out too quickly if it really is going to be coming out in 2012. Not only that, but they were just talking about how they wanted the PS3 to have a 10-year life cycle before they brought something new in, and it hasn't. It's nowhere near the 10-year life cycle. So we'll have to see whether or not this is a fake rumor, which I would suspect. But if it's not, I guess that we'll be seeing some new stuff here pretty soon. Those of you that have been sad, and I know a lot of us have been, that there hasn't been an official Nintendo Pokemon app. I know, we've all been there. We've all been there. There's no shame in it. Turns out that Nintendo is going to be putting out a new Pokemon app for smartphones, which will be interesting because it'll be the first time that Nintendo has put out an official thing for a smartphone. And it is an actual app game. It's not a, oh, let me type in this Pokemon and find out everything about it, Wikipedia style. It really is. It's called Pokemon Say Tap, with a nice little question mark at the end. And it sounds like it's a card-based game, and it has to do with timing. It is a free app, so that's pretty cool. It's slated to be out in summer. I found it funny because Nintendo not too long ago was talking about how they feel like charging $1 for a game in an app store is devaluing it, but they're going to put out their game for free. For those of you who really, really loved LA Noire, the partnership of Team Bondi and Rockstar Games probably will never happen again. Scratch that, it will never happen again. Brendan from Team Bondi keeps being like, oh yeah, but LA Noire, it's really, I mean, without me, this whole thing would have just, like, exploded, so. But it sounds like if you ask people who were involved with both sides during the creation of this game, they would definitely contest that Rockstar Games are the ones that kind of pulled it out of the quicksand. I don't think that it's entirely pride-based. I think that there were definitely some issues along the way when creating the game as well, but this has apparently been kind of the straw that broke the horse's back. I hope that's not like a really obscure thing. I find gaming business relationships to be really interesting because there always wind up being articles that are like, oh, well, after making this game, so-and-so and so-and-so are not really going to be friendles anymore. Or it winds up being, wow, we really can't wait to work on the next game with these people, this is so great. Because it rarely is a intricate game created by just one company. So we talk all the time about all of the people who are saying, you know, we really need to get video games away from kids because it's making them super violent. But Michael Gove, Britain's Secretary of State for Education, contests that he thinks that if video games were used within the classroom, it would help kids learn both science and math so much easier. He's trying really hard to bring video games into the classroom, which I think is great, because I know that as a kid, when I was in school, we had like little games that had to do with, you know, learning your multiplication tables and learning, you know, subtraction and addition. Those were my favorite part of class. Hopefully that becomes a thing. I think that would be awesome, especially after they had the statistics back and saw whether or not kids were doing better. I could almost guarantee that the kids would do so much better at stuff if they were playing games to learn these things. Anywho, that is my show. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a positive or negative response to anything that I said today, feel free to leave it in the comments or as a video response, and I will read/watch it. If you would like to have coffee with me, go ahead and click on wherever I wind up putting the annotation. Maybe I'll forget to put the annotation there again. That'll be funny. But otherwise, I hope that you guys had a great 4th of July, or if you're in a country where there was nothing to celebrate on the 4th of July, then I hope that you just had a great weekend in general. Alright, I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye-bye!